Tuesday morning and I am going to be showing you guys what a full day of eating looks like as a full-time college student, competitive bodybuilder, all of the things. So today's a little bit different. It's my first week of school, so I'm still kind of getting used to the schedule, seeing what best times to lift and study and do everything looks like. It's only the second day of school. Today I have class from 9 to 1:30. So I'm going to be eating my breakfast right before class. I'm gonna be going to the gym after class, after I have lunch, and then I'll come back, have my little post-workout carbs, and then I will be getting to business on some online schoolwork. Yeah, so that's what kind of this video is gonna look like. If I'm being 100% honest, I was a little overwhelmed yesterday, just kind of looking at all of the things that I need to do this week. Like talking right now while I'm getting ready for the day, which is something that would have happened anyways, is another area that I can be efficient in. Yeah, it'll all get done. I spent a lot of time this morning in prayer, just asking the Lord to help me figure out like what it is that I really need to be focusing my time and energy on, because a lot of times if I don't spend that time with the Lord and allow Him to shape my priorities, I'll end up being very, very scattered, and it helped kind of trim a lot of the fat off of that stuff that I was worried about, and I feel a lot better equipped to handle the things that I need to do. It's a lot more manageable. Let me show you guys everything that I eat in a day. I'm also going to be showing you guys some supplements I've started taking, and I'm also going to go into literally everything that I consume throughout the day. So let's get into it. I got a lot of Amazon gift cards for Christmas, and so I got a big order at Amazon that came in yesterday, which I'm really excited about. I got the Rise Jet Puff Loaded Protein birthday cake flavor, and then the vanilla ice cream flavor. I've never tried these two flavors, but I've tried their Little Debbie's Christmas tree one and their Jet Puff marshmallow, and I like both of those, so I'm like, I'll probably like these ones. I got a 2026 planner, and this is just for social media stuff. I really want to make good content this year, and so I feel like it would be really good for me to be able to organize and plan on here, because a lot of times if I don't have a plan for what I'm posting throughout the week, it just ends up being like something random and not very good quality. I have historically, especially in more stressful seasons of life, I've had a little bit more trouble falling asleep just because of anxiety, and all of the thoughts throughout the day just kind of come during that time. And so on top of spending more time in silence throughout the day and focus more on my rest throughout the day, I've also decided to start taking some magnesium. I take a little bit of melatonin. I don't take crazy amounts. After some research, my fiance actually told me about this at first. There's not really a whole lot of evidence to suggest that more than like 2.5 to 5 milligrams is even beneficial for sleep and can actually have negative effects. I started taking this last night. Based on what I researched, it won't necessarily see like the impacts for a few weeks, and so I'm going to be taking this. I also got some more magnesium glycinate. That's something that I take. And this is what I got. I got the ashwagandha, the magnesium, the protein, and the 2026 planner. Every morning, I always like to start off with some water. Especially, I like to drink caffeine in the morning, so always make sure that I have water beforehand, because caffeine is a diuretic, so that means that it dehydrates you, it makes you pee. So you want to make sure that you're hydrating before you have caffeine, and just throughout the day in general, in order to maximize your effectiveness in all areas of life. Oh, and I'll move you guys over here, you can see me. And pretty much all of my waters, we have the Great Value zero sugar flavor enhancers. Helps me drink a lot of water, and so I just put this pretty much in all the water that I drink throughout the day. So the supplements that I have been taking in the morning recently are 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. I just take one. I also have been taking 400 milligrams of Chase Tree Booster. It's shown benefits for hormonal health and estrogen balance. So I am taking one of these every morning as well. And then 1,000 IU of vitamin D3. I just take one. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, so it is one of those vitamins that you can take in excess. You can have too much vitamin D. All of the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K are all vitamins that you can have toxic amounts of, and that can have adverse effects on your health. And usually people don't have trouble having those in excess unless they are taking supplements and multivitamins. So make sure that you are aware of how much of those vitamins you are taking. Water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C and all of your B vitamins, you can't really have too much of those. For some people, having too much vitamin C can cause diarrhea. And for me, who already has a little bit of a sensitive tummy, I'm not gonna risk that. But really, in any vitamins or any supplementation, more does not always equal better. Like, your body can only have and only utilize so much of certain nutrients. So don't waste your money, have a humane amount of vitamins, and don't overdose. For my first meal today, I usually have 80 to 90 grams of oats on training days. And non-training days, I have closer to 75 grams. On non-training days, my carbs are 25 grams lower than they are on training days, just because I don't need quite as many carbs. I usually have around 5 to 6 grams of creatine in the morning. Top drawer up here, you will see that I have an absurd amount of American Dream nut butters, and that is because I absolutely love them. I have been using American Dream nut butters literally ever since I started my fitness journey, like 5.5, 6 years ago. I have been having these every single day. I do not promote any products that I don't use myself and that I don't love. And I absolutely love these. On their website, you can get literally any flavor. This morning, because I'm having the Rise Jet Puffed Loaded Protein birthday cake flavor, I thought that the marshmallow cookie dough delight flavor would probably taste good with that. I don't know, for me that sounds pretty good. They have a billion other flavors on their website. I will put a link to that in the description, and my code is right here. If you are going to get your own, you can get a little discount. In my oats, I usually have some sort of fruit medley. I have 3 different ones in my freezer right now. I try to have a variety of micronutrients throughout my day, and so this one is a berry medley with strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. Usually put anywhere between 150 grams to 215 grams. It kind of just depends on how it fits my macros the rest of the day, what I'm feeling. I have the same foods every day, but sometimes the amounts vary a little bit. Alright guys, now it's time to make the whey drip. It's literally just whey protein powder and a little bit of water mixed in. You can make whatever type of consistency you like. I like a really thick consistency. So now I'm going to eat this meal, and then I will be heading to class in about 15 minutes. And on the way, I'm going to be grabbing a Ghost energy drink, which I will be thoroughly enjoying in class and on my way to class. And I will also always bring a water bottle. I always have a water bottle with me. And then I will see you guys again for lunch. Currently walking to class right now, and before I get any deeper into the video, I wanted to just do a little disclaimer real quick. This isn't a video telling you guys to copy this and you will get results in whatever your fitness goals are. This is just to offer you insight into my life, into my day, what it looks like, maybe give you guys some ideas that you can implement into yours. But I do not recommend copying everything I do, because you are not me and I am not you. Hello everyone, I am on my way back home from class. It's a good day today. I had 2 classes. The first one was nutrition and the pathophysiology of chronic disease, and then the second one was nutrition counseling, the lab. I also had nutrition counseling, like normal lecture, yesterday. I also did some research on ashwagandha extract because I took the ashwagandha for the first time last night, and I know that the type of ashwagandha I got has been very well researched. However, I need to figure out how to utilize it in a way that helps me specifically, and I think that some of the restlessness I had before I went to sleep last night could be attributed to that. I'm gonna mess with, like, I guess the dosing that I take. Instead of taking the full 600 milligrams tonight, like right before I go to bed, I think I'm gonna start with just taking 300 milligrams, which is just 1 pill. That's half a serving size. So I'm going to take the 300 milligrams and I'm gonna take it closer to 4 or 5 p.m. instead of like 9 p.m., closer to when I go to bed, to see if that helps. Make sure that whatever supplements that you are taking, if you decide to take any supplements, research them very, very well, and you make sure that you utilize them in a way that helps you specifically. There's no magic supplement that is going to make a massive difference in your life and be completely game changing. Make sure that you have the basics down first. Make sure that you're getting enough water, that you're eating a healthy diet of mostly whole foods. Make sure that you are sleeping, that you are active before you really hone in on supplementation. And also make sure that you are consulting your doctors whenever you're taking something, especially if you are on medications for other things. Yeah, so I'll see you guys at home. So my lunch is a pretty straightforward meal. I got some 93.7 ground beef, cooked plain white rice, some little classic guacamole singles, some various colored mini peppers, and then a spring mix. Also like to use distilled white vinegar and put it on top of my veggies because I really like veggies. So my current plan is to eat this meal, and then I'm going to do a little bit of homework, wait a little bit while it digests, and then I'm going to go to the gym and train back. The next thing I have is 4 rice cakes, just for some little post-workout carbs to replenish all the glycogen stores before I have dinner in like an hour and 15 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna eat those and then do homework and then have dinner. I use the Rise Vanilla Ice Cream Protein Powder. Again, this meal is very similar to the first meal that I had. A mixed fruit blend that has strawberries, pineapple, mango, and peaches in it. And then I use the American Dream Nut Butters Scotcheroos Nut Butter. It is a peanut butter and it's kind of like Reese's Peanut Butter Cup flavored. And then I use the Elevate Creamy Rice. This is the cookies and cream flavor. I usually just like blend up my own cream of rice from long grain white rice dry. But I ran out of that today and I didn't feel like reblending anymore, and this also tastes incredible. 90 grams of the cream of rice. I had 50 grams of the nut butter, 175 grams of the fruit, and 40 grams of the whey protein in this beautiful bowl. I have one more snack tonight that is going to have 200 grams of plain Greek yogurt, 100 grams of mixed berries, and 20 grams of mixed nuts. There's peanuts, almonds, cashews, hazelnuts, and pecans. And along with that, I'm going to have the supplements that I take at night, which is anywhere from 2.5 to 5 milligrams of melatonin and a 400 milligram capsule of magnesium just to help me chill out. I did end up taking half of the dose of ashwagandha around 4:45, so I'm hoping that that helps a little bit and that ends up being better than last night. It's almost 6:50. I usually have my dinner anywhere between 5:30 and 6:30, and I'm gonna have my last bedtime yogurt snack probably around 8:30 and 9 or so. It is the full day of eating. I hope you guys enjoyed it, found it insightful. I do want to emphasize again, this is for my goals, my body, in a very specific season that I am in. And this is just what works with my schedule. So this is not to be directly copied by anybody, but just to hopefully provide some insight and maybe give you guys some ideas for your own day of eating. I am going to show you guys the macro split for the day right here. If you want to do the math on that, you can. If not, that's also fine. But yeah, so that's the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.